Webcams, point and shoots, smartphones, mirrorless, DSLRs, there are a lot of different camera options out there, but which one is the best one for video creation and for YouTube? In this video, we're going to take a look at the advantages and the disadvantages of each, plus my recommendations on which is the best one for you. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video. We release a ton of content to help you get better results with your videos faster. If you're new here, then make sure you click that big subscribe button, and all the links to everything we mentioned in this video, you can find linked in the description below. So let's jump into it. Now, there's a ton of options out there when it comes to cameras, ranging from webcams and smartphones, point and shoots, mirrorless, DSLRs, and if you're running a YouTube channel or just starting out and trying to make the right choice, it can be pretty overwhelming. But before we get into the comparison, my first response to any question like this, what is the best camera for X, is always the camera that you already have. No matter what you're doing, get out there and get started with what you have. Whether it is your webcam or your smartphone, it doesn't matter. Don't let gear be an excuse for you not hitting your goals, as it is for a lot of people. So with that out of the way, this video is for those of you who are ready to take the next step and start investing in the next level, to help you decide which type of camera is best for your YouTube videos. And make sure you stick around to the end, because we'll show you a great resource for understanding your primary camera settings and how to use them to maximize your results. So when you're trying to work out the best camera for you, there's really two things that you need to look at. The first is obviously the price. You need to get something that you can afford. And the second thing is the style of videos that you want to create, whether it's course content, whether it's a vlog, whether it's just talking to camera like I am here now. Those are the two real determining factors as for which camera is going to be best suited for your needs. Once you know where you're at with your price or budget, and you know the types of videos that you're wanting to create, then you can look at the quality and the ease of use of the different cameras and the portability as well, if it's applicable for the types of videos you're creating. So the first options you've got in regards to cameras are webcams, and the biggest benefits of webcams are that they're cheap and they're extremely easy to use. These days you can pick up a really high quality webcam, something that records 1080p, like the Logitech C920 or C922 for under the $80 price point. So it's just crazy what you're able to do with these cameras. I've actually done a video comparing the Logitech C920 to the C922, and I'll put a link up in the cards now if you're keen to check that out. One of the other standout features of using your webcam to create your videos is that the file sizes are typically much smaller than most cameras, and also the files are much easier to edit because the files are actually already saved on your computer. So there's no need to worry about SD cards or external storage and to copy all the files off to your computer. You're recording directly to your computer, so that speeds up the entire workflow. When it comes to mounting options and positioning the webcams, a lot of them will either clip directly onto your computer screen or your laptop screen, or most of them these days will also have a tripod thread on the bottom, meaning that you've got a heap more mounting options because you've got that standard thread, meaning that you can hook your webcam up and connect it to your tripod, so you can then use it for standing or sitting when you're creating your videos. If you are going to be using a webcam to create your videos, then typically they're not as good as a camera or even your smartphone would be in low light situations. So you may need some extra lights. We do have a video on portable lighting options, you can check that out, but just be aware that you will need additional lighting. You also might want to look at some extra software or download the software that comes with your webcam, depending on which one you go with, to kick your camera into manual mode, meaning that you can lock down exposure, lock down the brightness adjustments, lock down your white balance so that your color's not going to change while you're filming, and also lock down the focus point as well. So if you're going something like the Logitech C920 or C922, Logitech now has software on both Mac and Windows, which lets you lock all those settings down, or you can use a piece of software like Eyeglasses if you're on Mac to help you do that with whatever webcam you're using. The other really important thing that you need to know if you're looking at webcams is to make sure that the quality of the webcam that you're getting will support 1080p. I don't think anyone should be creating videos these days in 720p, so the quality of the videos, I think they need to really be at 1080, and that's where something like the Logitech C920 and C922 stand out. Now there are some 4K webcams available yet, like Logitech Brio. I have got one and I have been playing around with it, but I don't think it's there just yet. And as such, I'm back using the Logitech C922 as my primary webcam. So they are on the way, definitely something to keep an eye out for, and it's something that we will keep you updated on this channel, but I don't think you need to jump to a 4K webcam just yet. The downsides then of using a webcam to record your videos are that you'll need a computer. So this really isn't a portable solution unless you're looking to take your laptop around everywhere you're looking to film. So if you're looking for portability, then webcam is probably not going to be the option for you. Also, the built-in microphones in webcams are never great unless you're going to be sitting right up next to them in a room with no echo and no background noise, which is probably the only time it might be passable. I'd always recommend using an external microphone, whether it's a USB microphone that you plug into your computer, or whether it's a lapel microphone, wired lapel or lavalier microphone that you could also plug into your computer. And the other big thing that you need to be aware of when you're creating your videos using your webcams is that depending on the software you're using to record the videos, you may end up with what's called a variable bit rate. So there is a chance if you're recording your audio externally on something like a Zoom recorder, that your audio can drift out of sync with the video because the video isn't locked to a fixed frame rate. So that's something just to be aware of when you're then picking the software to use to record your videos into your computer. It'll come down to your settings and what you've got available in there, but just be aware that wherever possible, if you're recording with your webcam, I'd suggest that you record your audio internally in your laptop as well. So both the audio and the video are synced up at the same time. If you're gonna be recording externally, and some webcams and some software will give you a variable bit rate only, then you may have some issues with the audio drifting out of sync with the video. All right, so those are the pros and cons of using a webcam. Next up, we're gonna take a look at point and shoot cameras. Now, the first thing with a point and shoot camera is that they're gonna be better quality than a webcam. Some of them have fantastic quality and some of them will even do 4K videos. The biggest benefit of a point and shoot camera is that they are portable, they'll have interchangeable batteries, they've also got expandable and removable storage. So most of them will record on something like an SD card that you can swap out or get really, really large ones so that you're able to record a heap of footage at once. Probably the biggest downside when it comes to point and shoot cameras is the audio control and the audio inputs that you'll have. Most point and shoot cameras, I say most because there are a few exceptions to the rule, but most point and shoot cameras won't let you have external audio capability. So the ability to plug in an external microphone. So what this means is you've either just got to use the built-in microphone on your point and shoot camera, which is never really fantastic, or you're going to be recording your audio separate, in which case you're going to need a separate audio recorder and a microphone as well. So then your editing process goes up a bit because you have to synchronize the audio and the video in your editing. So this is all just things to be aware of. If you're happy to do that, and that's how a lot of people still create their videos, then that's fine. Or depending on the types of videos that you're creating, you might just be happy with the built-in audio on the point and shoot camera, in which case that's the best choice for you. The only other really major thing that you need to be aware of with point and shoot cameras is that some of them can have a recording time limit. Some of them switch off after 5 minutes of recording, some of them switch off after 10 or 12 minutes, some of them don't have a limit at all. So if you're looking at point and shoot cameras, then make sure you know the recording limits for your specific camera. Okay, so that's webcams, that's point and shoot cameras. Now we're gonna take a look at video cameras or handy cams, camcorders. So once again, you've got a heap of options out there when it comes to these sorts of cameras and a huge price range as well. Typically, these are gonna cost you more than a point and shoot camera, but they're going to be, in a lot of cases, cheaper than what a DSLR or more professional camera would be. The biggest benefit of something like this is the ease of use. These cameras are so easy to use. Literally, in most cases, you just flip open the LCD screen, the camera comes on, and then you've just got a big record button. You've got flexibility of zooming in and out, which you don't have that in a great capacity with a lot of point and shoot cameras. You've also typically got more storage options. A lot of these cameras will have a built-in hard drive, but they'll also take SD cards or some sort of memory cards to be able to store your footage. So you've got a heap of flexibility there. Now in regards to audio options with these cameras, it really depends on what end of the spectrum you're looking at price-wise. The cheaper ones normally won't have external audio input, just the same as the point and shoot cameras. Most of those you'll be needing to either use the built-in microphone or you'll have to record your audio separately to something like the Zoom recorder. Typically though, the more that you spend with video cameras and handy cams, the more features that you'll get in the camera. So the more that you spend, you're more likely to get something like XLR plugs, which are professional audio plugs, which will really open you up to having some great options with your audio and being able to plug in professional microphones, professional wireless microphones, and you can always get an adapter from XLR back to 3.5mm so that you can really plug whatever type of microphone or wireless system into your camera. The biggest benefit though of these types of cameras is normally the record time. Based on the fact that these normally have a built-in hard drive and that you can use external memory cards like SD cards as well in most of them, then you can actually record for huge amounts of time. So if you're going to record a presentation or some sort of conference or anything, you can record hours at a time in most cases with a camera like this. Video quality wise, you'll be able to get some really great looking videos, really sharp videos out of these cameras, especially the higher end ones. And these are also really good for any run and gun style filming. So maybe a vlog style where you want to record something quick in one location, quickly go to the next location. The fact that these are so easy to turn on and to start recording, and that the autofocus is really, really good on these sorts of cameras just makes them really easy to film with. Probably the two biggest things that you won't get with a camera like this. The first, in most cases, is interchangeable lenses. So you won't have a huge range of lens options when it comes to these sorts of cameras, which also means that you also, depending on which one you get, in most cases you won't be able to achieve a really blurry background look or that sort of filmic look where you're in focus and the background is totally blurry, which everyone seems to be after these days on YouTube. Now, if that's you and that's something that you're looking to achieve with your videos, then check out the video linked up here. We have done a video on how to get that look and even using your smartphone as well. Some different workarounds and different settings you can use to help achieve that look with whatever camera you're using. But typically the look that you'll get with these sorts of cameras isn't where the background is totally blurred out. It's more where everything is pretty much in focus. So I'd be in focus and the background would probably be in focus as well. Moving up from there, your next options are DSLR cameras and mirrorless cameras. Now, again, we've bundled two pretty big categories here together. So essentially these are harder to use cameras, but they've also got a lot more flexibility. So you can really dial in a lot of the settings. You can really get some great control over the actual result or over the video that you're going to be producing, but there are some limitations as well. So the price range is huge in this category. Once again, you can pick up DSLR for around the $400-500 mark, or you can spend much, much more. So it really comes down to your budget here once again, and the feature set definitely changes amongst the price bracket as well. There's some really popular DSLRs like the Canon 70D, Canon 80D, like the Sony Alpha series of DSLR and mirrorless cameras, and also your Panasonic, your GH4s, your GH5s. So as I said, there's a heap of different cameras that you can look at in this sort of category. But what you'll normally find though is that most of these will have audio input. Most of them will have a 3.5mm, like a headphone jack, microphone port. So you can plug in one or two microphones with an adapter cable directly into your camera, which makes it a bit easier for recording audio. The camera that I'm using right here now for this video is a Panasonic GH4. I'm just wearing a wired lapel. You can hear that's taped up under my shirt, and I'm recording audio directly into the camera. When you're picking a DSLR, make sure you check out a heap of the reviews and work out what the battery life is going to be like. Then work out how much additional batteries are going to cost if you're going to be moving around and filming in different locations. Look at the different audio options you've got for your specific camera and look at what people are saying that's good and bad about the camera so that you know what's going to help fit your shooting style and what you're looking to achieve with your videos. I really like the Panasonic range because the battery life is just insane. Like one battery will last me a full day of shooting. I like that I can just monitor this. I'm watching here right now what I'm recording. I can see that I'm in focus. So this camera has Wi-Fi built in. So there's a lot of additional little features like that that make it easy for you to create your videos in this area, in your DSLR and in your mirrorless camera section. So if I was going to pick a camera right now and go out and buy one, I'd be looking for Wi-Fi. That is a massive feature that I use when I'm creating these videos, but depending on the type of videos you're creating, that might not make any difference. So it might be something you won't actually use in your videos. So it all comes down to the type of videos you're creating. Obviously comes down to your budget and how much you want to spend, but it also comes down to usability and what's going to be the easiest for you to create the videos so that you can just focus on creating the videos and not worry about the technology. So the key features or the key things you'll get if you're going to be shooting your videos with a DSLR is most of them do have interchangeable lenses. Most of them also have larger sensor size, meaning that you can get that blurry background or that more filmic look in your videos if that's what you're after. It can also add to the cost though, because a lot of them you can buy the DSLR or the camera itself, and then you've got to buy your lenses separate. So again, another budget issue. Most of these cameras, as I said, will have audio input and audio monitoring so that you can get your audio directly into the camera. These will also all take external memory cards like SD cards, but in some cases, if you want to be able to record at the highest quality settings, so 4K and maybe a really high bit rate, then you may need the fastest cards, which are going to cost you some more money once again. There's a couple of things that you need to be aware of if you're going to be looking at a DSLR or mirrorless camera for your filming is most of them, the battery life isn't nearly as good as what you would find on a Handycam or camcorder. So you want to be prepared and get extra batteries. So cost that in when you're weighing up which camera you want to buy. Look at the price of the external batteries or extra batteries as well. Typically with these sorts of cameras as well, you could have way more settings and way more control over your video, which is good if you want to learn the settings and take the time to get the most out of your camera. If you just turn the camera on, you could be totally overwhelmed with all the settings and control that you have, and the auto functions on your DSLR may not be what you're after. Some of them have really good autofocus, some of them have absolutely rubbish autofocus. So all of this comes into play when you're picking the DSLR that's right for you. Look at all of these things. Look at the autofocus, look at the lenses, look at the battery life, look at the audio options you've got. So there's a bit more to consider when you're looking at a DSLR, and also the fact that in most cases it's going to be a bit harder to use or a bit more of a learning curve. Once you actually know it, it's going to be easy, but it's a big step up from something like a Handycam or a point and shoot camera. All right, so there's a lot of information in there. Let's pull it all together so that it's a bit clearer as for which one is going to be right for you. And after that, I'm going to give you a link to an awesome resource to help you understand the key settings that will get you great results with any camera. So a webcam is going to be great if you don't want to be moving around. So you just want to set up once in your home or your office. You don't want to spend a lot of money. And you've got external lights or lights that are going to help you light up your scene, because webcams typically aren't good in low light. But for ease of use, for setup, for recording directly to your computer, so you don't need to worry about external storage, then a webcam is going to be perfect. Also, if you're looking to do live streaming, then you've already got all the gear you need then. A webcam is the easiest way to go live from your computer. Point and shoot cameras are fantastic if you want to be moving around a lot and something portable to carry with you without all the bulk of a DSLR or mirrorless camera, something with a big bulky lens. So if you're going to be run and gun and moving around a lot, point and shoot cameras are great. They've got a huge price range. You can get cheap ones and you can get really expensive ones. So you need to look at what features you need in that camera. Most of them don't have external audio, so you'll need to either record audio separate or you'll have to put up with the built-in audio or microphones that are in the camera, in which case you need to be aware of where you're filming and background noise and wind and really just the locations that you're filming in to be able to get the best audio out of those cameras. Camcorders or Handycams or video cameras are probably the easiest cameras to use. In most cases, you just flip open the screen, press record, and you're away. You'll get a lot longer record time on these because they'll typically have some sort of built-in storage capacity, and you'll also have the benefit in a lot of cases of having external storage like SD cards as well. So these are really good if you're going to be filming and recording long videos and large events even, because you'll have that longer record time. The batteries are normally really good and will last you a huge amount of time. And depending on which end of the pricing bracket scale you're at, you may find audio to be difficult at the cheaper end, and also the lenses and the look that you'll be able to get from the camera at the cheaper end. But obviously the higher up you go, the better the lenses, the better low light, and the better the audio inputs you'll have on your camera as well. And above that is DSLR and mirrorless cameras, which are in most cases harder to use. They will have an auto function, but really to get the best results out of these, you want to be kicking them into manual mode. So it's worth learning the settings and learning how to get the best out of the camera that you've got. Most of these will have a 3.5mm microphone input jack, so you can plug in microphones and record synchronized audio to save you a bit of time later. Most of them will also have interchangeable lenses, so you can really get creative with the different looks that you're looking to achieve. Depending on which one you go, battery life can be an issue, so it's worth doing a little bit of research around that. But really, these cameras are suited for getting a high quality, really polished video look, something that'll work really well indoors, like I am here, or moving around, but typically these will require a bit more setup in each location that you go to. But also these will probably give you the highest quality recording or the highest quality videos that you'll be able to capture. Now that you've figured out the best camera for your videos and for your budget, it's important to understand the key settings that can help you get the best results, no matter what camera you've chosen. Check out the video linked on screen, which runs through the best settings that you need and how to set them. Don't worry if you don't have a DSLR, this provides a great 101 for the key settings that apply to all cameras. I'll see you soon.